A lot of people come and ask, how can I leverage my alumni network? Should I be part of an alumni network or not? First, let's be clear about what an alumni network is because people think that alumni network is only school and college networks. When you graduate from school and college, you become part of a network called the alumni network. That is not exactly true. Alumni network could also be from your former companies that you have worked for. If you notice, people write ex LinkedIn, ex Microsoft, ex McKinsey, ex Goldman Sachs. And that is not only to show that they have worked in these companies, but also to show that they are in a group of very well respected professionals. It gives you an immediate bump up in terms of people who are reading your profile. They say, wow, this person was at McKinsey, must be having a wide network of alum whom he can reach out to develop and grow my business. Let's think about hiring this person. Oh, this person was at Microsoft. I'm looking for a lot of talent in my company. I might go there and get this guy to come and work for us because then he will be able to get more connections and network along with himself. The problem is that most people don't know how to leverage that alumni network. Yes, they have ex Harvard or ex McKinsey, but they don't exactly know how to leverage it to take their career forward. And one of the key problems that we are seeing is people say that too many alumni networks are becoming noise. I get up in the morning and I look at my WhatsApp message and I see people saying, let's have an alumni event. Let's plan a trip to Thailand and Bali. Why don't we meet over a cup of tea and coffee? And then something more interesting happens. You find that you have like-minded people there, but just as the events are about to take place, people start to drop out of it. I'm very busy and I'm not unable to make it at this point. I will join you for the next alumni event that you are hosting. Has this ever happened with you? So the question is, what is an alumni network? Why is it important? How do you leverage out of it? Is it just emotional network or can you actually draw economic value out of it? And that is what we are going to start discussing today in how to use your alumni network, especially if you're a mid-career professional, to take your career forward. Because that is one of the best networks that you have available to you, for which you have worked very hard. After all, getting into a good company, getting into a good college is not easy. So once you got in there, you became part of the alumni, you have earned your right to be in that community. The question is, you are in that community, but how do you develop economic value out of it? So you're part of a great alumni network. The alums in your network have gone on to become trillionaires, billionaires. They're amazing people. Yes, it's good to look up to inspiring people and learn from them so that we can also grow with them. But what you are thinking at the back of your head is, how do I leverage this community of very influential people to derive economic value for myself? And that is where the rubber hits the road. Most people are unable to do that. They are very happy to say that they are part of a community which has done a lot of great things in this world. But then you ask them, how has this helped you? How did it transform your career? And then there is silence. You go for events, you have weak connects, low engagement. Socially, you meet, you share a drink, perhaps a dinner. You talk about the movies or the days when you were together in the same building, navigating the same traffic conditions, and so on. But what about economic growth, economic value that should come out from these relationships? And that is where most of these alumni networks tend to become noise because we do not know how to approach them and make those connections. So, whenever you have a good alumni connect, you should evaluate three things. Does this person have enough information about the industry? Can this person tell me more about the industry than what I already know? Second, does this person have access? There are a lot of people who are very well known in the alumni network, but they may not have the access for what you are looking for. You are a mid-career professional, you're looking for a job change, but this particular alumni does not know who in that company can help you with it. Or perhaps is not willing to help you at all because there is no lack of advocacy. This person doesn't know you. He or she has only met you socially. He can't vouch for you that you are a good worker or not. The other day, one of our clients, Ram, came to meet us, and we were having a cup of coffee in office, and he was talking about going for a cricket match. So I heard him out, and I said, "Yeah, go play cricket. It's a good time to get some exercise." So Ram has about 15 years of experience. He's in the consulting field, and he was playing cricket. And after the cricket match got over, he came to meet us a few weeks later. And he was saying, I had this cricket match in which I met my alumni from college, and we had a very warm conversation. And this guy is actually a partner in a very big firm, and they are looking to hire people. But I just don't know how to make myself presentable, or how I should ask him that why don't you consider me for the role, given I have already got 15 years of experience. So I asked him, what did you do? He said, I took his number and I DM'd him, and I said on direct message, hey, nice meeting you, and let's keep in touch. And I would really like to have some time to have a cup of coffee and tea with you. Would be happy to help in finding somebody who's the right person for the role you're looking for. Now, this is a very weak engagement. The other person feels that you are not interested in the role. And this is happening because the alumni connection is not that strong. You met this person playing cricket, you have heard about this person's name, you know that this person is a very big person in the industry who can actually shift your career completely. But unfortunately, it is not going anywhere. So I kind of asked him, did you get any response back for that WhatsApp message? And the answer was, yes, I got this. Cheers, thumbs up. Now let me tell you about Meera. So Meera is a mid-career professional, and she works in the manufacturing field. In fact, she works for one of the local Indian car manufacturers. And she has been thinking about going abroad and getting some experience because she's done this for a very long time in India, and she thinks that her career is beginning to stagnate. She's trying to build optionality, the one that I keep talking about in my videos. You got to have optionality. So many IT professionals in today's era don't have any optionality, and that is why they're trying to become consultants or looking for other opportunities. Let's come back and talk about Meera. So Meera's problem was that she has this alumni network, but she doesn't know whether she should go for it or not in the first place. So I encouraged her to go, but we came up with a plan. My plan was very simple. You go there, you identify people who are working in the same field in other parts of the world, or who are working in something allied. Chat with them, see how influential they are in their own companies. Now, because by the time you become a mid-career professional, you have done enough number of interviewing, hiring, discussions, and talks that when you meet people, you kind of know that this person will be able to help you, or this person is not going to be able to help you. So very reluctantly, Meera went, and she met a few people. And there was one person whom she met, whom she really liked, who thought that was a very helpful person. And she said, okay, let's catch up again. And it just so happens that this person's children and Meera's children also go to the same school. Now this helps because then you have a higher chance of interconnecting outside of a situation where you are both trying to find common professional ground to make things work. So then one day what happened was that she bumped into this person, and she said, you know what, we had talked about it. Would you mind giving me some advice? And my advice is on three things. Is this the industry which I am in? Is it going to grow, or is it going to fold because of the artificial intelligence revolution taking place? The second thing is there any opportunity for me at my level of seniority to go somewhere else in this field? Because when you try to move out laterally to another company, people often ask, why should I get you now? And the third question was, what can I expect if I was to continue on the same journey? See, when you're asked this question, what can you expect when you continue on the same journey? You are giving the other person an opportunity to say, if this doesn't work, this person has a job, and I am not the main responsible person for taking away their bread and butter. Now, this completely flipped the scenario because a few weeks later, this person reached out to me, Meera, and said, can we have a chat? You had talked about having coffee, and there might be an opportunity brewing in Hong Kong or in China, somewhere around that region. And would you be willing to come and talk to us about it? Wow. Instead of putting pressure that, you are a part of my alumni, I don't know how to talk to you and how to engage with you, you have to lead by warmth of conversation. One of the common mistakes that people make is that they go straight into an alumni situation and they say, you know what, I know you from the past, can you please help me? Look, you have to understand, it's not that you meet these people on a daily basis. You meet them sometimes, you don't meet them for many days together. In Mira's case, her children went to the same school, so it worked out. But there are many other examples in which people have to try and build a personal relationship before they can actually activate the professional relationship. Because for good alumni networks to work, it is very, very important to have access and advocacy. Information is there, but access and advocacy is the key thing. A lot of people don't understand how to get that going, and that is when alumni network engagement becomes completely noise and they get frustrated. Imagine the frustration of looking at some 14 alumni groups on your WhatsApp which say come for this event and come for that event, and then you ask yourself, what will I get out of it? Let us evaluate how alumni networks operate. So here is an alumni ROI matrix, and you will see that there are four quadrants. On the x axis, you have got the career alignment, and on the y axis, you have got decision making power. Now, if you look at the four quadrants closely, what you will find is that low alignment and low influence is mostly social engagement. It feels good, there is nostalgia, but career leverage is low. Then you have got low alignment and high influence. And this is a high prestige connection. This person may be senior, powerful, or well known. But if there is no career fit, the conversation may be warm but not useful. Then there is high alignment and low influence, which gives you insight. These are peers or near peers in your target field. They may not open doors directly, but they can help you understand the market, role, interview process, and hidden expectations. And the highest ROI comes from the high alignment and high influence. This is the compounding connection. Someone from your target industry at a decision making level who understands your background and can reduce friction. Here, trust accelerates conversations. So the next time you reach out to an alumnus, don't ask only, do I know them? Ask two better questions. Are they aligned with my career direction? And do they have decision making power? That is how alumni networks move from nostalgia to career strategy. Alumni networks do not have the same value at every stage of your career. The mistake many professionals make is that they treat alumni engagement as one generic activity. You message the seniors, attend alumni events, you join the WhatsApp groups and ask for referrals. But alumni leverage changes by career stage. In early career, your primary need is skill building and exposure. At this stage, alumni can help with internships, early referrals, and basic industry orientation. They can explain how an industry works, what skills matter, and which entry point are worth exploring. Now, this is very important in banking and consulting industry. Unless you meet some of your alumni who are already working there and develop warm connects, you are unlikely to get shortlisted or move to the next step if you are an early career professional. Broad alumni engagement without targeted alignment is low ROI. Just don't waste your time meeting a lot of people because it's not going to take you anywhere. It's just about you shaking hands and trying to get to know the other person. In mid career, the game absolutely changes. Your primary need is no longer just exposure, it is differentiation and mobility. See, you already have experience. Now the question is, how do you move laterally? Enter better companies or shift industries? Here, alumni ties can give you insider perspectives. They can tell you what the hiring process actually values, who your manager is likely to be, and what your manager thinks about hiring people with your kind of profile. In fact, a lot of mid-career professionals benefit first by talking to alumni in a company before actually applying online. This can help reduce the friction and that already is there, and it can also help build trust, because what actually happens is when you talk to your alumni and then you apply, this person might be in a position to internally refer you to your manager or your future manager. And this completely changes the game. And this is what we have been seeing as the most important methodology to get jobs. Even the LinkedIn data that we look at say the same thing. Referrals where people are advocating for you internally is the key thing. Today, a lot of mid career professionals are looking for jobs or career switches because of AI revolution, because of the challenges they are facing in their personal and professional lives. And it's not going to happen just by applying. You have got to use the referral system. And to build the referral system, the alumni is the most important source or ingredient that will help you get there. So, alumni value is completely stage dependent. In early career, look for exposure. In mid career, look for mobility. And as you move to senior career, look for influence. At senior in your career, alumni networks are less about jobs and more about board introductions, advisory roles. People are looking for strategic partnerships or consulting opportunities. And they are basically leveraging their reputation. This is where even weak alumni ties can become high leverage bridges. Before you come to this conclusion that alumni networks can be noise and they're not very helpful, you should perhaps look at some of the red flags and identify them for yourself. For example, one red flag is most of your conversations are with peers who have the same constraints as you. A person who's having the same constraint is unlikely to be in a position to help you. The second red flag is that the group is active but not outcome oriented, which essentially means that you're sending out lots of messages, lots of events, lots of congratulatory messages, but no serious introduction, referrals, collaboration. It is just catch up, let's have a cup of tea, coffee, maybe drinks. Activity is not effectiveness. Just because you're meeting people doesn't mean you're being effective. Then there is the third red flag. You cannot name 5 alumni who are directly relevant to your next career move. Now, this is a big one. If your next move is fintech, who are the 5 fintech alumni whom you are likely to reach out to? If your next move is consulting, who are the 5 consulting alumni? And so on and so forth. So you need to be able to identify 5 alumni in your connection, in your network, who are going to help you with your next career move. Because if that is not happening, then you just have a network membership without any real alumni connects. Then you have got the fourth red flag. Your ask is very vague. And this I was mentioning about Ram. I mean, he went up in the cricket field, came back and said, you know what? I met this person. I asked him for advice. Well, if you ask for advice, you will get advice. What you are looking for is advocacy. What you are looking for is access. Now, you got to make sure that you ask for it. Don't ask vague questions. It will be a better way to ask if you say things like, can you please tell me the roles in digital marketing or where my career is likely to go? Can you please tell me about how I can switch to another opportunity? Many times, when you ask for a switch and you have a good alumni connection, the person might say, you know what, my own company is looking for a person with your profile. Let me help you with it. So once again, your ask cannot be vague, it has to be precise. The fifth red flag is you only activate the network when you need something. You only remember that, oh, there is a problem, let me get activated. Now, this I kept for the very last because what I find is when people lose their job or get laid off, then they start remembering about their alumni networks and start emailing them. How does that help? You don't have the warm connection that is required to translate from being unemployed to being employed. Why should somebody help you? So that is the reason before you say that alumni networks are noise, check these 5 red flags. See if anything is absent or something that you need to fix so that your alumni network can convert emotional value into economic value. Now you've seen how the alumni networks are supposed to be utilized as you progress in your career. You've also seen how the alumni ROI matrix works. What are the important red flags? So, if you were to ask me for insights and to kind of tell you the 3 key insights that we have got at Career Earth, the first thing is that your alumni connect should provide you with relevant information. The second thing is that this person should be able to help you access the doors. And the third important thing is that this person should be able to advocate for you. Just forwarding your resume to the next line manager will not actually lead to anything. Sending your resume and then giving a call might be a better idea, or sending a WhatsApp message might actually work in your favor. Now, the important thing to understand is that if these things are not happening, then it is best not to waste your time on this. Look at your alumni networks for the next 90 days. Out of these three things, if you don't have two things happening for you, then it is only social engagement. It is only noise. It's not going to translate your economic value that you're looking for. And that is sad because you have a good alumni. And as I said, you worked very hard to create this alumni network in your life. Why would you lose it? It's just not a good idea. Especially if you're a mid-career professional, because at that stage, all resumes start to look very similar because people have had similar experiences. And there is the trust factor, which is the make or break point, which helps you move from being unemployed to getting a great job. Now, if this video gave you clarity, then it is great. And I often say, अगर clarity होगा तो growth होगा तो career अर्थ होगा. You will have career purpose if you have got clarity. I look forward to seeing you in future videos.